Hey guys, y'all know I'm always on the road, so I'm getting it in again. Been riding all day. Hey Trevin, hey Miss Young, woman of God. Hey, hey, hey. How y'all doing? Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Latrice, hey, sunshine. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Roy, what's going on? Mahogany, Michelle, hey, how you doing? How you doing? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Linda. Thank you. um, man, we had some conversations last night, y'all. Thank you, Latrice. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. We had some conversations last night. Oh, my tail down. And we were talking about the injustices that are going on right now and how people are trying to take certain stories and use other people's, struggles as their narratives and like all kind of stuff. Like interesting conversation last night. Well, I mentioned Breonna Taylor last night, and someone had came in later and they asked me if I was going to talk about her. And what I was trying to do, I was trying to wait to get a little bit more information because there were a lot of different stories and reports and all kind of stuff put out there, right? So I just got a notification. I just got a notification on my phone to let me know that Mr. Kenneth, Breonna Taylor's boyfriend, the one who shot or grazed the police officer, all charges have been dropped. Period. He no longer has any charges for what happened with that situation. So please know that when we make some noise, things happen. The charges have been dropped. He is not on house arrest. He does not have any charges at all. As a matter of fact, the chief of police of that Louisville Police Department has resigned. He's out of there. He's out of there. Now I'm gonna put a little bit more sugar on this thing. Mm, 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 mm. Not only does he have to go, not only did they have to drop those charges against Kenneth, but the FBI has decided to initiate their own investigation into the murder of Breonna Taylor by these police officers, particularly because she was an innocent person, as her boyfriend was. She was shot 8 times. There were more than 20 bullets. 20. There were more than 20 that went off that particular day, flying all over the place, blindly into the night. And you have this emergency responder, this essential worker, this young, black, beautiful woman that lost her life because somebody didn't do their job. Yeah. Now, I want to tell you something. I intentionally put in the title that the charges were dropped because I know the assumption that people were going to make. And you guys know the assumption that people were going to make. You might have made that assumption too. But it lets me know who is really in this thing for justice for all. Because, again, whether it's not your favorite person, entertainers, or whatever, when stuff happens to people, like, everyone matters, y'all. Everyone matters. We got two young people, a male and a female, that had lost their lives the beginning of this year, not even into the middle of the year. And listen, the worst thing that you could do, the worst thing that you can do is let people know that they got a little bit of power. Man, when we go back to that song, y'all know that song, Lift Every Voice and Sing. Y'all know. Y'all know. Till earth and heaven ring. Yeah. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Y'all better know. Y'all better know. That's right. Justice for all. Justice for all. Right, Miss Inez. Right. And I put that, like I said, I put the title like that for a reason. We have to celebrate all triumphs. Like, every win that we can get, we have to celebrate that, because those wins lead to even more wins. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like people see that you're not playing with them, that you're not going to just sit idly by and just let them do whatever they want to do to our folks. Like, we're going to say something, and you're going to have to move. You're going to have to move or get out the way. And that's what's exciting to me about this. We see the stuff that happened with the mod. And we've been through so many years, y'all. We've been through the last 3 to 5 years. We've been through not saying stuff wasn't happening before that, but the last 3 to 5 years, we've seen so many blatant things done. And we were walking around and we felt like our hands were tied, like there was nothing that we could do. Come on. But when that man come through with the come through, we ain't playing. We are not playing. We are not. It says you can't say a word, just wave your hand. I'm going to wave my hand right now. I'm going to just wave my hand. Because this right here is like music to my ears. Hey, Butterfly, and y'all don't even understand right now. These things, we've been waiting for years, for people to see some of the darn mess. I'm not going to try to put a fancy word on it. Some of the mess that has been done. Blatant. Just blatant. You hear me? It's been a long time coming. And no, this isn't going to solve all of the injustices in this country. It's not going to solve all of the injustices in this world. But if you can reach one, if you can reach one, this is a good thing, y'all. We have to celebrate every milestone. This is a milestone, people. This is a definite milestone. It is. It is. Charges dropped against Kenneth. Charges dropped. Charges dropped. And the ironic thing is, some of the people that are like race baiters, they were sitting up there, and I'm reading comments on social media, on YouTube, some of the videos from the news stations, and people going back and forth. And they're saying, Well, he was released. What else do y'all want? He was physically released, but he was still in custody because he was under electronic monitoring. So that means you're still in custody. You're just in a different location. And they kept saying that. And like I told y'all last night, when old Roddy, y'all remember Roddy, when he said that he wished that the Arbery family received justice and he hopes for peace, justice, and all this stuff for their family, even though he was telling a bald-faced lie. And I said, you got to be careful what you ask for because you just might get it from your mouth to God's ears, brother. So all of the people that were saying, well, he's released, what else do you want? Thank you again. Thank you for speaking that into existence. For the power of the tongue, that is a mighty sword. You hear me? Thank you for speaking that into existence so that this man can properly grieve the horrendous death of his girlfriend in front of his face. He did what he could to, try to protect that house. He did what he could. That's what a man does. That was a man move, a manly move. You know what I mean? You protect your family. You protect your other half. You don't down her. You don't try to make her feel less than. You protect her. And I hope that he's able to get some type of comfort out of knowing that, he did try to protect her. Like, he did what he could. He did what he could. Y'all can say what you want, but it's taking these other people to step in and get people to get up and do what the flip they are supposed to do, what they should have done from the beginning. Some heads are going to roll, best believe. Every report that was changed, anything that was done that was not done the correct way, because the worst thing that you want as an officer is for somebody to go back and track your steps, because even the smallest mistake, yeah, even the smallest mistake can be a matter of life and death. You know what I mean? The smallest mistake can be a matter of life or death. So, this is good. This is good. I'm hoping this shows people that if you don't have to be perfect, just try to walk in a righteous manner. You know what I'm saying? Just try to do the right thing. Try to stand up for other people. Just try. Just try. Beautiful things can happen, y'all. I'm telling you. I am telling you. I'm telling you. We have to stop at this point looking at the things that we don't have and look at the things that we do have, the resources that we do have in front of us, what we do have access to, and we need to take advantage of it expeditiously. Know what I mean? Expeditiously. So, one more time for the people in the back. Okay. No matter even a small, I told y'all whenever I get on the line, somebody want to call my phone, right? This isn't a small step, y'all. We're talking about two people that were gunned down in cold blood. I mean, gunned down, and you have people that are supposedly held to a high standard that are involved in these situations. People that took an oath to protect and serve. So this isn't a small feat. You know what I'm saying? This isn't anything small now, because the past has shown us that very rarely has a certain group been held accountable for their actions. Mm. Sunshine, you know, I'm sure you can attest to what I'm saying. You know how our people do. We got some dirty mother suckers out there. I'm telling you, we got some dirty mother suckers out there. They won't do right. They won't do right for pay. Oh my gosh, they won't do right. And the more that you want to sit there and you want to fight for your people, it puts you in a bad place. It's disheartening to see that you're putting all this effort in there to try to correct a wrong and make sure that people are treated right, make sure that people are treated fairly. And you got to sit there and fight against the same people that have made this oath to protect and serve. Where they do that at? It's a battle every day. Every day. Every day. And best believe that once you go against the grain, there will be hell to pay. Trust me on that. Trust me. So this is very necessary. It's time for some people to be held accountable. Yes, it is time for some people to be held accountable. Unless you've been put in a certain situation, let me tell you something. Speak on it. Speak on it, sunshine. Y'all have no idea how it feels to see people doing stuff all kinds of ways. And when you speak up, and when you try to do the right thing, when you go and try to hold those people accountable and make sure that they are held accountable by other folks, you have no idea what it feels like for those same people to come after you for trying to make them do right. It's a hurtful thing. It is a hurtful thing. But God. But God. Too many people. Too many people get those jobs for the wrong reason. And it takes a special person. It takes a special kind of person. You got to have a special kind of heart. You got to have a special kind of mind. You got to have a special type of spirit to do that type of work effectively. Effectively. It's a fight. And it's a test every day. Y'all have no idea. It's a test every day. It's a test. It's a test. Jesus. And I think one of the more hurtful things about it, I'm going to have to take it there for a minute. MD marks the game, hey. I'm going to have to take it there for a minute. When you sit there and you try to fight for people, you put it all on the line trying to fight for what's right. It's enough for you to have people that are supposed to be a certain part of a family. You understand what I'm saying? A family that protects and serves. It's enough to have to look over your back for those people. Hey, Tirona. But then to have your own people, come after you and try to stop you from doing the right thing to try to uplift your people. So you're fighting on all sides. You're fighting on all sides. So when I see something like this, and it may seem minute to other people, it may be like, why is she so excited about this? Because I got a reason to be excited about this. I know what injustice is. I sit in it. I walk in it. I breathe it every day. I smell it. I taste it. You understand? I sleep with it. I wake up with it in the morning. I go to bed with it at night. I know what injustice is. Sunshine, they don't know. They don't know. Y'all have no idea. You have no, oh my gosh. This is, I told y'all last night. That precedence word been floating all around here. This is definitely setting a precedence right here. This is setting the tone. This is setting the tone. I'm telling you. Whew, Jesus. No. Oh, Lord. Oh, we got a traffic jam up here. What's going on? The only thing that I can tell you guys, being as transparent as I can, like I told you before, certain things that I can't discuss, certain things that I can't put out there, but God. Sometimes you got to get yourself out some situations so that you can do what you need to do and no longer be held back by the people that. Y'all got to excuse me. I'm trying to get out the mountains. When next month gets here, we're going to be singing a whole other tune. That's all I can tell you. We're going to be singing a whole other tune. A whole other tune. And I can let you guys know what I have actually been working on. We will be singing a whole other tune. Sometimes you got to part ways to get the job done. And that's why I'm on these highways and byways, getting the job done. Mm. So this is major. This is major. This is major for me. And I think it's going to open the doors and it's going to open some eyes to some other things that have gone on. And people like questioned it, but they couldn't say for sure. They didn't want to, didn't want people saying that they were trying to bait people, be race baiters and all this stuff. Now they're going to go back and they're going to look at some of this stuff. Well, maybe that person was telling the truth. Maybe that officer did lie. Maybe he or she did stretch the truth. Maybe, just maybe. And all you need is a maybe. That's all you need. All you need is a maybe. Reasonable doubt. I am praying that everything that these officers touched, whew, as well as the officers in Taylor's case, as well as the Arbery case, any case, any case right now that has, oh my gosh, y'all don't know. If anything was done unlawful in the Kelly case, anything, I think this is the season. This is the time where people are going to be called out. People are going to be put on Front Street. And it's time. It's time. It's past time. If anything was done wrong in any other case, not just his case, anybody's case, if that evidence wasn't judged based on its merit, with no extra icing put on it, no extra toppings put on it, then it's time for some things to change around. It's time for a change. Oh, I think there's an accident up here. That's why we're stopping. It's January. Hey, hey, hey. Ooh, Sunshine. Y'all know that's Keisha. That's my people right there. So she knows. So when you see her talking on there, she knows what I've had to deal with these people. Hey, Curtis, thank you. She knows. She knows how hard I fight, how hard I advocate, how I put it all on the line. Man, listen. She knows. She knows. When I tell y'all I do this mess in real life, I do this mess in real life. And I have to suffer whatever consequences come along with it. But this is a real life thing right here. So every win, every single win makes a difference. Every single win counts. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. For these people to even feel the need to go back and investigate this case, looking for shady dealings and inconsistencies and improprieties and just all kind of mess. Y'all, this don't happen. This is not the way stuff usually works. This is usually not the way it works. No, you on your own. Somebody's listening somewhere. I don't know who that somebody is, but somebody's listening. Somebody is listening. Somebody is listening. And as long as they're listening, we need to keep on talking. Can't get quiet now. You can't get quiet now. Mm, 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 mm. Whew. So we're going to keep on pushing. We're going to keep on pushing and keep on fighting for the greater good. We're going to keep pushing so that those that are in positions of power can and will be held accountable. The one thing that bothers me about this whole thing, Lord have mercy, just give me a few more days so I can say what I want to say. The one thing that bothers me, one of many, is how other people are expected to be held accountable for their actions when we know that leadership starts from the top and goes down. So when we talk about people being held accountable for their actions, it needs to start at the head, because whatever the head does, the tail will follow. So if we start holding these people accountable, you understand what I'm saying? Then these people will follow suit. But as long as you got a bunch of monarchy up here, then these folks feel that they can do any and everything because they're following suit. You giving them the go ahead to do whatever they want to do, right? So you hold other people accountable for what they do, but because you hold certain positions of power, or because you feel like you are superior to other people, and history has agreed with that, because you feel that you are superior to other people, that they are inferior to you, you don't have to be held accountable for the same laws, for the same rules. You get to do your own thing. And a lot of us have been allowing that to happen. That's why I fight for everybody. That's why I don't discriminate. That's exactly why I don't discriminate. Because I've seen the top not abide by the rules, but they punish the ones on the bottom. But you're not doing what you're supposed to do. It's like that parent that says, do what I say, not as I do. Don't do what you see me doing. Overlook that. It's a hurtful thing. It is a hurtful thing. So yes, when I saw that email pop up on my phone from change.org and it said charges dropped, I already knew who it was about, and I'm just sitting here and I just got this excitement. I got just filled up on the inside. You don't see this happen too often. Right, Nene? So I got a joy in my bones. Yeah, yeah. I'm telling y'all, I'm about to say I apologize, but I don't. Let me not lie. If this wasn't the news that you were looking for today, I'm hoping that you still, get excited about somebody's charges being dropped. You know, if things are going through the system, we have to allow them to go through the system. But our job is to make sure that that system works the way that it's supposed to work. That's what we come in at. It's our job to make sure that all I's are dotted and all T's are crossed, and we accept nothing less than that. That's where we come in at. Our job is whenever we see that everything isn't done the way that it's supposed to be done, that we stand up and not just stand up, we step up and do something, not just run our mouth. You can talk all day and don't say a darn thing. We're talking about stepping up and doing something. You don't have to have a channel. If you choose to have one, that's good, but you don't have to have a channel. This lady keeps switching it up and says fly during quarantine. Thank you, Tip Tip. Y'all, we got to do something, but this just brings a just a joy on the inside that I can't really explain. I can't even express it right now. Um, like I told you guys, whenever I am able, Kenneth, I cannot remember Kenneth's last name, but Breonna Taylor's boyfriend, who they had charged with, I think they charged him with attempted murder for grazing the cop. They saying that he shot him in the leg. Okay, he was shot. He was grazed. The bullet grazed him. But I think they charged him with attempted murder. And they had released him on house arrest, acting like they did this, huge gesture. But, the big wigs came in and they had to drop the charges. Period. How are you charging somebody when you come barging in their house at 1 or 2 in the morning? You say you show up with a no-knock warrant. Now, if somebody's about that life, if they're really about that life, then they're going to be on the edge. So they usually sleep with one eye open anyway, so it'll be hard to catch them off guard. But when people laying in there trying to go to sleep like normal people, if they hear somebody coming in their house at 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to tell you, come popping up in my house at 1 o'clock in the morning. That's all I'm saying. Pop up at my house at 1 o'clock in the morning and see where that gets you. See where that gets you. And that ain't a threat to nobody. That just let's be real about some stuff. You come popping up in my house at 1 o'clock in the morning it's going to be some smoke in the city. And that's all I can tell you. It's going to be some smoke in the city. I'm not going to sit there. You don't announce yourself. You don't announce who you are. You think I'm going to sit there and wait for you to figure it out? You think I'm going to sit there and try to figure it out? You didn't give me the darn common decency to let me know who you are, and I'm supposed to sit there and wait and see for you to, wait for you to say whether or not you're a good guy or a bad guy. That's not how this works. If that's the case, then nobody should be. Lord have mercy. If that was the case, then Philando would be here today. That's all I'm saying. You wouldn't have all these jumpy and. It's okay for certain people to be jumpy and fidgety and shoot because they were afraid for their lives. But you go kicking somebody's door in the middle of the night in plain clothes. A group of Caucasian males in plain clothes come kicking in the door of the home of a young black couple, and you're not saying who you are. Oh, they said they knocked. No, you didn't. You didn't knock when you had a no-knock warrant. Let's not do that. Let's talk about procedures. Let's talk about the type of team that should have actually gone up in that house. I'm just saying. And what was so pressing that you felt like you had to go in there at 2 o'clock in the morning when you are dealing with an employee that's considered a emergency responder? Surely you could have contacted her on her job. You could have went and saw that she was at work and went there when she wasn't there. Considering the fact that you didn't find one thing, you didn't find one thing except a scared couple that was awakened in the middle of the night and a man that felt like he had to protect this woman and her child because y'all. Enough is enough, y'all. Enough is a darn enough. Right, Curtis. Come on up in the house at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I don't know you coming. Mm-mm. Come on, Emerald. I haven't told you I appreciate you for all that you do and have the strength to keep pushing, whether it's good or bad. You don't stop still doing what you do even when you feel like giving up. Yeah. Thank you, Keisha. Thank you. It's a struggle. My. I'm sitting up here thinking I'm making good time or whatever, and I'm going to get home by 7:30 because I done been ripping and running. Now I got to go and put this mug in park and just sit here for a minute. So, uh, but God, that's all I can tell you. So my plan was to come on tonight, but I wanted to go ahead and come on when I saw the information about the charges being dropped with Breonna's boyfriend. I thought that was very important. I felt like the word really needed to get out um, about that as quick as possible. And I hope you guys spread the word because it gives some people, some kind of hope. The people that feels like nobody listens to them at all, like they're ready to give up. to fight. I'm going to have to let y'all get some of this car noise because I can't sit in the car with air conditioning running. I'm a country girl. So, hopefully this will give you guys some hope. Hey, Dimples, how you doing? Yeah, Keith, I did a live on that last night. Yes. That's old Roddy. That's Roddy. I second Isaiah 5:11. His word cannot come back void. Second Chronicles 7:14. If my people stop their wicked ways. Come on through, Nene. If my people who are called by my name. Come through with it now. Come through. Will humble themselves and pray. Jesus. If they were earnestly, fervently seek my face and turn from their wicked ways. It's a time, y'all. It's a time. I had ran across the Wednesday Bible study. I'm not gonna have church on here, y'all. So don't think I'm getting ready to bring the altar out and all that stuff. But I just want to say this real quick since I got some time now. Hey, that guy in front of me looking. He's trying to figure out what I'm talking about. But T.D. Jakes, he was talking about the fruit of the Spirit, and that's something that I like to speak on, the fruit of the Spirit, and all the stuff that's going on, and even trying to explain to people. That's why I stopped trying to explain to people like who I am, because if you're not familiar with that fruit, then whatever explanation I give you won't make sense. It's not going to make sense. It sounds crazy. But part of those fruit, that long suffering, and that's something that people tend to overlook. That is part of the fruit of the Spirit, long suffering. And Lord, if we as a people haven't endured long suffering, come on. Patience, kindness. Lord, where is it? Jesus. We have all these things. We have all these pieces that make up this one bigger piece of fruit. Just like us as humans, it makes up this bigger picture. And you can't have one without the other. You cannot have one without the other. But the greatest of all these things is love. And you have nothing if you don't have love. So let's look at what we got going on right now. You don't need to be a pastor. You don't need to be a deacon. You don't need to be an usher. Yes, I said usher, not usher. Usher. You don't need to be an usher to try to walk in the Spirit. You know what I'm saying? Not going around being a Bible thumper, but just walking in that Spirit, trying to walk a righteous path. Like, you don't have to be somebody that shows up in church every Sunday playing the tambourine, beating on the drums, singing on the choir, on the usher board, on the pastor's the pastor anniversary board, the Senior Citizens Board, the Lord have mercy, the Missionary Board. Y'all know about the boards. You don't you don't have to be involved in all those things. And come on, y'all. Come on. Hmm. Come on. So we're just going to have a conversation really quick. So I'm going to do some free coaching because clearly I got some time. I'm going to turn this camera around for y'all for a minute so y'all can see what I'm dealing with. Can y'all see that? Y'all see that all the way up there? Hate to put my license plate up there, but do y'all see that? That commercial say not going anywhere for a while? Grab a Snickers. Ain't got no Snickers, man. I can't even get my phone back in here. Jesus, Joseph and Mary. They in there now. Okay. So I'm going to be here for a while. So the people that I have in here, what I was going to do tonight was I was going to do a call-in. Hey, Nancy, how you doing? I can't do the call-in right now because I am in my car and I am on my phone. So what I was going to do and what I can do now is provide some free services, pro bono. So if you guys have some relationship questions, if you have some questions about your family, if you have some stuff that you want to get answered and you want a little word on it, a little guidance, I'm not going to say advice, I'm going to say a little guidance, just a little guidance, a little help, a little assistance. And you want to get those questions out there today and get an answer from a life coach, then I will answer your questions today. Now, we ain't going to go and have a whole session. We ain't doing that now. But if you want to ask some questions and get, some guidance on some stuff or see if you're heading in the right direction, Nancy, I come on different times. I come on different times, different days. Because right now I got a crazy schedule that I'm working around. So I don't have a specific time that I'm coming on. So usually if I come on live like this from my phone, it'll pop up. You guys get a notification. When I come on from my streaming service, then usually you guys don't get a notification. It just it shows up on the community wall. So make sure you got your notification bell clicked so that you can get those notifications, and it should send you an email saying that, whoever is on live right now, and you click the link and go to the live. So, do y'all have any questions for me? Because I don't do this often. If you got questions, speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm subscribed to looking for some decent YouTube. Oh, thank you, Nancy, and thank you for the subscription. I'm going to tell y'all how country I am, right? And I never meet a stranger. Never. Keisha, you're going to be rolling. Let me see how nice people are right now during this pandemic. Because, people started getting a little rude. Now they got a reason to really not talk to you and not be bothered with you. So we're going to see something real quick. How you doing? I'm good. How you doing during this pandemic? How you doing during this pandemic? How are you doing during this pandemic? I'm living. You say moving. What you moving over here? Oh. Okay. South Carolina. Actually, I am. How you doing? In the mountains. In the mountains. Yeah. Uh-huh. Like next week. Yeah. Uh-uh. Why, you got a card? Don't tell me you don't have a card. What's your number? I need your social security number and everything. I need your social security number and everything. number? 803-718-15. What's your name? Sherelle. Sherelle. Yes, yes. All right. Now, if he find out I got your number now, you better run. You better run. Just run. Listen, don't ask no questions. Just run. Don't ask no questions. Just run. Pew. That's it. Just run. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. 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 Hopefully I won't be there too long. Hopefully I won't be there too long. I said hopefully I won't be there too long. Yeah. Yeah, those. All right. Thank you. Okay. Y'all know people bored while we sitting here in the road, so don't think I'm crazy. Um, I would love to start a YouTube channel. I'm shy about my Louisiana accent. Okay, butterflyness, I'm glad you said that. Because listen, if I can get on here with this southern drawl, and when I tell you I woke up like this, I came out the womb. Not the womb, but the woomba. I came out the woomba like this. And there is nothing I can do to try to change my accent. I can go and put on the front and be like, so this is Carolina's Diamond, Epiphany of Change or whatever. And my name is Dr. Rogers. And girl, back. Let your regular self, you be you. If you're going to do a channel, be you. Be you. Because believe it or not, and I know this may sound crazy, some people actually love that southern drawl, right? Just like, you got certain people, like here in South Carolina. I went to school in Chucktown, right? So when I got to Chucktown, people in Chucktown were like, oh my God. They were like, oh my God, where's she from? You hear her? You hear her? And they just couldn't believe that, like, real people in real life had, like, this country accent, right? And me and my girlfriend, because we both graduated, together and went to Charleston Southern together. So we're sitting there like, man, listen to these people. Listen at these people. And we were tutors, and we were like, oh, man, they write just like they talk. Like, aye, boy, aye, man, aye, I had the monkey on me back, boy. And I'm saying that to say, whoever you are, whatever you do, however you want to bring it, you bring it in the manner that you see fit. That, what was it? Louisiana talk? Listen, you hear me getting on here with an accent? Shoot, you hear opinionated getting on here with an accent? Shoot, spitting fire, getting on, like, depending on your area, you got an accent. You know what I'm saying? But you rep your area. Don't let nobody back you down because of your accent, because that's what makes you unique. So, do your thing. Do your thing and let me know when you do it, and I will subscribe. In real life, I will subscribe. That's the reason I haven't dropped my videos. I'm from Mississippi. Yo! If you are worried about the way that you sound, okay? If you are worried about the way that you sound, then just do the videos and don't talk. Or do your video and switch a little voice up on it. But for me, if you're going to listen to this content, you're going to get all of this. You're going to get all of it. You're going to get this southern drawl. You're going to get some broken English. I am not at work. I do not have to talk proper right now. I know how to code switch. So you're going to get the way that I talk at home to my folks, okay? Now, when I get back to work, we can have a completely different conversation. And that only depends on who I'm talking to, if we're going to keep it real. So you got to be you. Just be you. I can tell you when I first came on YouTube that I had some people, and shoot, they still say it. They're like, "Oh my God, you're weird. She's weird." Ugh. I've never been called weird before, but okay. You're weird. You're not doing this right. I'm like, well, the only people that I've seen with some YouTube guidelines was YouTube. And based on, my studies at YouTube University, because I have gone to YouTube University, and that's another tip that I give you too. If you're seriously thinking about starting a channel and you really want to do a channel, like you're going to do it, then take advantage of the free courses and stuff that YouTube has to offer. Yeah, they're videos. But they actually have some courses where you got to go and fill in the answers and stuff. Take advantage of some of those free courses that YouTube offers, so that you'll find out what to do and what not to do. And really pay attention to the analytics for your channel. A lot of people don't do that. Look at your audience. See who you're targeting. See who's listening. See who's not listening. See what videos people are paying the most attention to. And invest in your channel. You don't have to go out and buy $1 million equipment, but get yourself some good lighting. Listen, most of my stuff I do on my iPhone, because you can't go wrong with that iPhone camera. But sometimes I use my computer, sometimes I use my iPad. But I also have a nice LED light. Sometimes you guys can see it reflecting when I show you stuff on my tablet. Get yourself a good light. Those lights, may cost you $20, $30, depending on what kind of light you get. So one thing that I told people to do, and a lot of people may not do it, but there are certain programs that are linked directly to YouTube, and it tells you what type of tags to use. It tells you what tags are basically being used too much. So if you go and tag that particular thing, your video isn't really going to get any airplay. YouTube is based on algorithms. So it's certain things about your videos that YouTube uses to dictate whether or not your video is going to show up at the top of that list, or whether or not it's going to be a recommended video. So you really have to pay attention to the algorithms. And I'm telling you the stuff that people don't want you to know, because they probably don't want you to have a channel anyway. Whatever you do in this, remember that YouTube is not a competition. When people get into it, they start feeling like they got to compete with other people. Listen, there's room at the table for everybody. It's room at the table for everybody. And know that when you first come on YouTube, you don't make money when you first come on YouTube. It takes some time. It takes some patience. A lot of people have been able to come up quick. I'm going to say it. A lot of people have been able to come up quick based off certain stories. So one of those stories, as of late, has been that R. Kelly story. Now, more recently, it has lost some of its momentum when it comes to bloggers, because you have so many bloggers talking about it. But you have to think about what your niche is. Everybody has a niche. And that's one of my coaching things, figuring out what your niche is. So whatever that niche is, try to stick to that niche. So if you're a person if you're going to be doing stuff with food, then stick to the stuff with food. If you're doing beauty and that type of stuff, then stick to that stuff. That stuff, they have a huge audience for that. Makeup, hair, they have, oh my God, that audience is gargantuan. So you have those things, decorating and cooking. So that's, you like really put some time into that stuff, you can go ahead and start recording stuff. Your channel doesn't have to be up yet. You can just start going around and playing with stuff. Or go ahead and post some videos, because if your name's showing up in this chat, then you already have a channel. And that's what most people don't realize. You got a channel. It's whether or not you want to turn that channel into a business. And that's what I was saying the other day. Whenever people say that they're not making money off this, unless they're not monetizing, then they are making money. They are definitely making money. You have to get to 1,000 subscribers. You have to have a certain, not a number of views, but minutes. It has to be like a certain number of minutes of views. Like, they look at that stuff. So as you progress through, like, starting your channel, like, the more subscribers you get, the more views you get, then you start getting access to more of the tools and the resources that YouTube has to offer. Like the super chat, you have to have those 1,000 subscribers and that stuff. And I think they also look at something else too, in order for you to be able to take advantage of the super chat. A lot of people don't look at their ads. I actually use AdSense. And I don't focus so much on the ads that are on YouTube. I focus on the ads that are actually on my coaching channel, on my website. So money-wise, when it comes to ads, I actually make more money business-wise based on the ads that are used on my website, not YouTube. Now, the smart thing to do would be to take, if you already have a website and some type of business, to go and make your own ad for your own business and start putting your ads into Google AdSense or whatever, so that people can start placing your ads in their videos and stuff like that. So you get paid off ad placement. If your video contains certain things like sensitive topics, like this Ahmaud Arbery and this Breonna Taylor, even this stuff with R. Kelly, these are considered sensitive topics. So these are usually going to be the topics. You may get more views, but you're not going to make any money off these topics, because YouTube feels like, certain people can be maybe offended by it. So they're going to limit the money that you can make on those videos, if anything. If you see people playing music, on their channels, a lot of music and stuff. And I'm not talking about like the music that YouTube may give you for free, but like real songs. A lot of those people, they'll get hit with a copyright. And it's not so much a strike, like the strike that everybody else is talking about that gets their channel shut down, but they'll hit you with the copyright, and it prevents you from making money off that video. Like, if that ad is placed anywhere near that song or that video makes money, they put their strike on there, and what that does is allow them to get the benefits or whatever money that you get on that video. It actually goes to them because you're using their information in your video. So whenever you're doing your editing, that's why you see a lot of people go back and the video is different. What's happening is that person or that YouTuber is going back and taking that music out so that they can monetize. So they may do the live with the music and get everybody going and stuff like that, and then you may see them go back and do some edits and take that out. And that was something, the editing, that's something that I didn't know for a long time. Because to be honest, you got a lot of people in these streets. Let me tell you, when I tell you that people be hating in these streets, or they'll act like they want to help you, but they don't really put you on to game. So that's why I say it's important for you to go and look at those YouTube videos from the YouTube influencers. So they're like giving you the game. They're telling you how to get more subscribers faster. They're telling you how to actually read those algorithms. They're telling you the stuff that matters and the stuff that they did in order to get in the position that they are in. So I gave y'all a little game on YouTube. So if you plan on doing the channel, and that's what I'm saying, you can go ahead and get your channel started now. Even while you're talking in the chat, you know, you can tell people subscribe to your channel. Like, I'll subscribe to yours, you subscribe to mine. The thing that you see the bloggers doing, getting together and people doing panels and all this stuff, that's another way to make money. It's another way to get more subscribers. And it's something that YouTube actually recommends. If you want to build your channel a bit quicker and have access to other people, then you link up with some other bloggers, usually some bloggers that are, you know, a bit more successful or have more viewers, and you link up with those people, and their people become your people. Y'all start sharing people. One of the problems that I'm seeing right now with all this stuff that's going on, when you look at the bloggers that talk about certain things, you all got the same people. And so whatever information that you're giving out, you're just giving the information. When you hear people saying that information is just being recycled, you see people recycling the same information, but it's amongst the same people. And it's not going out to anybody new unless your channel just happens to be recommended on, you know, for somebody else's page. Like the person on here that said, I just stopped by, like this is the first time I ran by. That's because that video popped up in another place because of the tags that were put on it. So that's another way to, you know, try to get stuff done a little bit quicker. Write good comments on people's videos. Everybody may not go and read the comments. I for darn sure read mine. Now, if I had 2,000 comments, I know I couldn't read all of them. I'd probably take like a certain number and read them. But when you leave good comments, then people want to go. If they're not familiar with you, then they usually go and check you out. Okay, who is this putting this stuff up here? And a lot of times they'll go and subscribe. So just another thing, just a little game for you, a little game. Why can't we learn how to talk to a wide variety of people regardless of opinion? Nancy DC, we can. We can. But to answer your question, it goes back to that crab pot mentality. And as long as we continue on with that crab pot mentality, then we're going to continue to have the same problem. The thing is, and I talked to I talked to another blogger one time about, you know, some stuff, and I was telling that blogger about code switches. And they started laughing because they thought I was making it up, and I'm like, no, I'm not. That's the first thing I learned in Psychology 101 at South Carolina State University. I learned about code switching under Dr. Tresman Grimes. And what she was explaining to us is that you have to know how to switch it up. So when you're talking in front of this group or talking to this particular group, you understand that you may have to speak like this. When you get in front of this group, then you understand you may have to switch it up and switch, you know, change it to this. If you're one of those people that likes using million-dollar words, if you're talking to a group of people that don't walk around with a dictionary or a thesaurus all the time, then you know when you get in front of that group, you can't be using million-dollar words because you aren't talking to anybody except yourself because they didn't understand one thing you said. So I think a lot of people just refuse. They just don't want to. A lot of people get complacent, and they feel like as long as I have these people that are listening to me, that's all I need. That's all that matters. And that complacency is what holds a lot of people back. You know, some of your most successful people in business and in their careers, a lot of them are successful because they know how and they are willing to communicate with other people, not just the people inside your group that you're comfortable with, but people outside of your group. And that was one of the things with me going to an HBCU. That's one of the things they had always talked about, like, just stay within your group and work with those people. But once I got out there, and I actually knew it in high school, but once I got out there, especially in business, I understood, like, sometimes your people can be your own worst enemies when it comes to business. Because a lot of people just have certain expectations and they feel entitled to certain things because they know you, or they feel entitled to certain things because um, you are black, so they feel like you're supposed to do certain things for them. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay, so now I see why the traffic was backed up. Um, they had a 3-car pile up, but yeah, so a lot of people just don't. They refuse to communicate with other people, and they're selling themselves short. Actually, so I hope that answers your question. Hey, One Papoose, how you doing? Let me do this real quick, because I'm going to show y'all how this thing right here works. Hold on, Papoose. Don't go nowhere. Okay. My numbers are down now, because I done said what I had to say so people don't went about their business. But the people that are on here right now, if you are not subscribed to One Papoose, she's trying to get to 1,000. She's trying to do that thing that I was telling y'all about, because she needs to be able to stream her stuff live. So if you are not subscribed to One Papoose, please click off this video for a second. They used to let you just click on the person's name, but click off this video for a second, go to her channel, subscribe to her channel, and then come on back. And when you go to somebody else's channel and you see something, tell them, go holler at One Papoose, go subscribe to her channel, and then go back to your regularly scheduled program. This is how this stuff works. But we have to be in a place where we're willing to help each other, and a lot of people are not willing to do that. So, if you don't mind doing that, doing a favor, just doing a little something for a sister, you know what I'm saying? And you don't have to worry about nobody over here saying that I built nothing, because I ain't built nothing but this. And it's barely built. All I got is the framework for it. So just if y'all can do that, because she brings good content, she going to give it to you. Whether you like it or not, she going to give it to you. She going to give it to you. So it's good to support bloggers that are trying to put information out there that's real and not just trying to feed you a bunch of buffalo. So you have a blogger, a black blogger, a female blogger. That's trying to do something. So this is about us supporting each other. Show your support. If you don't mind, I can't tell you what to do. I'm just making a suggestion. You know, if you don't mind, go hit that subscribe button over there real quick. You know, you ain't gonna miss nothing over here. Go and hit that subscribe button, and then come on back. You know, do that. What some of the bloggers are doing right now, and you guys have been seeing it. And I'm gonna tell you, I sit back and I watch, I observe so I can learn. Let me start with one of the quick things that I learned. Whenever the little stuff was going on with Tasha K, the back and forth, and she was coming after the sisters and all that stuff, she did this long video. It was hours. And then she came back, and we saw another video. I'm like, dang, she put another video up about him? No, she didn't. She actually took that long video that she had, and she took that one video and broke that one video down into 4 separate videos. So now you have the views from that one long video that you did live. You got the views from your live. And then you're going to take those snippets of those other videos. So for the people that don't feel like watching an hour or 2-hour live, now they just get the part that they want to see. And now you got a whole new set of views and a whole other piece of revenue coming from the same product. So that's something that that people are doing. Y'all, they're going to be mad with me. F. Dr. Rogers. Another thing that you see people doing right now, brilliant. It's flipping brilliant. They are going back. You guys have seen me do it a couple times. Take the old videos that they've done, because when a lot of us first came out, people didn't see the old videos. They came in at a particular point. So a lot of us are going back now and reposting those videos from before, because a lot of the questions that people have been answered in these past videos, or a lot of stuff that's relevant right now, it was relevant then in those videos. So you're going back and basically recycling those videos. Trick to that. If you recycle it and you edit it straight on YouTube, you edit it in that in the studio, you're not going to make any more money off that video. Now, if you take that same video and repost it, the same way you posted it the first time, just repost it, re-upload it. If you re-upload it, then you'll be able to make money off that video recycle. So, the people that's trying to start a channel, I hope y'all taking notes, because there's an art to this thing. You don't have to be the best speaker in the world. Nobody has to come up there and be able to speak like Obama. You don't have to do all that. All you need to be able to do is express yourself, and you do it in the manner that is comfortable to you. Not what nobody else tell you to do. Do what is comfortable for you, and go from there. And don't get frustrated when the numbers don't come. Like, you'll see other people like jumping up real fast. Some of that happens because of the type of people and the type of information that people like to have. So if you are, and I'm going to just use this word, and it's no slight or no shot towards anybody, but if you're somebody that likes reporting drama or that likes drama going, well, the people that like drama are going to like go towards that channel. That's what they're going to gravitate towards. So it's going to be easy for those numbers to come up because that's what people like. If you are a person that reports on celebrity news, well, people that like to keep up with celebrities, they're going to gravitate towards your channel. But you still have to remember that you have a lot of people that are like doing the same thing. So there has to be something unique about you that makes people want to come to you. And it's not enough for them to visit your channel. They need to sit and watch for a while. So there has to be something about you and what you're doing that makes them want to sit there and watch. So if you got to act the plum fool for a minute, hey, whatever works. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. So that was your whole question in an hour. I'm sorry. I can't just answer a question real short. Do y'all have any more questions for me? Nationality, they won't stick together, won't patronize each other. Patronize. Do you have any questions for me? Y'all better speak now, forever hold your peace. Anything else you want to know? Anybody interested in coaching? Would anybody like to know how to become a coach? Or what coaching entails? Well, I learned my lesson. I got a lot. Sorry, y'all. It's the bushes. It's the bushes. It's the real bush people. Um, the thing is, how can my people get with your people so we can be people? I get to you on that one. The thing is with the blocking and stuff like that. I try not to block people unless they get to the point where they're just being straight disrespectful, like just straight disrespectful. Um, And the thing is, if that person comes back, because I don't hold grudges with people. So if somebody come back and be like, look, Doc, can you unblock me? I'm like, all right, unblock. Or the person may come back with another page. I ain't got time to be trying to figure out who did what and who on who page. Like, I don't have time for that. I really don't have the time or the energy. But if you are looking at starting a channel or if you have a channel, remember this, the more people that you block, you are blocking your own blessing. And that's what people don't realize. You telling people, don't come back over here, don't do this, don't do that. Okay, cool. But you blocking your own blessing. So, you know. But as far as getting blocked, I hope you don't take that personal. Um, you know, adults say what they got to say. They let you voice your opinion. You go about your business. You know, if y'all have to have a few words offline or whatever, you do that and then you keep it pushing. Like that's it. But I wouldn't worry about it. I won't worry about it at all. Um, Kim Tucker said, me? Okay. So I'm going to get on the business stuff for a minute. If y'all don't want to hear this now, y'all know, go get your little break, little soda pop or something, Go get your little something. Um, so this one is for Kim. I started out like professionally, as a life coach in 2009. In 2009, um, oh my goodness, 2009, 2007. I think it was 2009. Yeah. Um, that business is a good thing. So I do the life coaching. That's actually not my regular job. My regular job is with those people. But that's my business. That's my business. So I do the life coaching, and people feel like you have to be a counselor to be a coach. You don't have to be a counselor to be a coach, but it's good to have that background. Um, the thing is with coaching, you can charge your own fees. Right now, the regulations aren't as strict as counseling regulations are, but day by day they're getting stricter. So you have a lot of people that call themselves coaches, but they haven't had any formal training in that. I have had formal training in that. And what I did was, after coaching for so long, my coaching, I very rarely just do personal one-on-one coaching like face-to-face. The coaching is usually over the phone. It's over video conference or whatever. So you don't have to go in and get like this separate place to do whatever you need to do. You don't have to invest a lot of money into it except for marketing and equipment and supplies and stuff like that. My thing that I do mostly is I do a lot of coaching for business. I do a lot of leadership coaching. So I'm able to write programs for organizations, businesses, government organizations, small businesses, nonprofits. I write programs for them, and sometimes I write their manuals for them. I may do the instructor manual and the manuals for the students, but I write those programs in leadership for them to be able to train their staff. Now, if they don't want me to just write it and they actually want me to come in and do it, then I actually go in and I'll train their staff. So whenever they're purchasing the information, they're purchasing the training, and they're purchasing the literature that comes along with it. So they actually have to pay for a license to be able to reproduce that information. So that's why I can sit home and do a lot of my work just sitting at the computer, because I'm merely creating stuff for people. You guys saw me I had started putting COVID stuff out there. What I was putting out there was part of the information that I was creating for a business to be able to give that information to their workers in a more simplified manner. So the coaching is, I do a lot of coaching that gets close to counseling, but I would say a lot of my stuff is more consulting. So like I said, I do business coaching, I do executive coaching, I do relationship coaching. I actually did another kind of coaching that I had to go back and forth with my job with, because that's a whole other story. But best believe that starting next month, it will be back on. That's all I'm saying. But I help businesses with their startups, setting goals to get their businesses started, writing their business plans, actually helping them with their creating their brands, logos, that kind of stuff. So what I do whenever I coach my clients is, if they're working on a business, I tell them to you get one business, but I need you to find a way to get at least 4 different streams of income from that one business. So it may sound crazy, but there's a way. You take the things that you are good at, the things that you like doing, the things that you may consider to be a hobby, and you find a way to connect those things to your business and make it profitable. Because work, it should never feel like work. So with the coaching business, like I said, I started out with a coaching business, and because I was doing the business part, I was doing logos for people. Um, and with me doing the logos, I'm like, why am I doing this as a separate business? So I took that business and I added it on to the business that I already had. I already had the ability to print. I have like a small print company, a design company. So I took those things and put them all together and just made them subsidiaries of 107B. Okay, I got to listen to my GPS. So I took that business and made them subsidiaries of my main business. So where my coaching business started out, and I also have a nonprofit that's dedicated specifically to women. So whenever people tell me stuff about why aren't you doing this and why aren't you doing that, like you have no idea. Um, so I took those things and put them basically under the same umbrella. So I took the coaching business, and when I included the business setup and stuff with it, and the marketing and the branding, website, like all that stuff, so that started generating a completely different income for me. And whenever you're doing business, people like to see, like to get money at one time. But if you're doing smart business, it's about you having mailbox money. You need mailbox money. That means that every time you check that mailbox, some money is in there. Not because you had to go and do some hands-on work, but because you did the work in the beginning, and it causes residual income. So you have to have something. You can have a hands-on thing, but you need something that's going to constantly generate money whether you touch it or not. And that's where those things come in at. So when I go and sell those books or handouts or brochures or whatever, that's residual income, because once that one group gets trained, then another group has to get trained, and another group has to get trained, and another group has to get trained. And you can't just go and just duplicate that information. So that's one thing. So like I said, I took the coaching, I combined it with my print company, and my print company is actually your niche. So when you hear me talking about finding your niche, like I said, all my stuff like comes together. So I took that and did the printing stuff, and I just do specialty printing. Like everything is specialized. You don't get anything that somebody else has. So I was doing that, and I took that and just basically built an online platform so that I could sell my stuff online. Now the online store has a different name. You can't link, unless you know me personally, you can't link one thing back to the other. So I had that. But before I went into all that, because I had so many people that were clients and they were interested in coaching, and I was just being like a mentor to some people with the coaching stuff. So what I decided to do is, let me make sure I don't pass my exit. What I decided to do is, instead of doing this mentoring and staying on the phone with people and them having to come back and constantly ask questions or whatever, once I finished up my coaching program, what I did was I went to a coaching school to learn how to open up my own coaching school. So in the process of me going to school, I actually opened up an online coaching program. So that coaching program consists of an online program. It consists of a long distance learning program, and there's also a weekend boot camp. It's like a aggressive weekend boot camp. So this became another way to generate income. Again, I don't have to stay on there. I do my classes twice a week. We don't have to stay on there doing anything. I can go about my business. All I have to do is come back, check assignments, do my little thing, and go about my business. So from that coaching business, we take the coaching, we take the marketing, the logos, and all that stuff. And I didn't just go into that blindly. I went and bought logo software. I've always been good with computers since I was a child. So I took that skill that I already had and I took advantage of it. And I'm always looking for different ways to try to add on to that. So took the coaching, the logo stuff, the business stuff, Um, Always doing research online to see some other stuff that I can do or how I can perfect my craft. Because when I tell you that you never stop learning, you can never learn enough. So, did the coaching, did the school, did the printing, design stuff, and started doing something else. I won't say what that something else is. And I guess now YouTube can be considered another stream of income, but it's not. It's to me, it's not enough to like really, you know, go around bragging about. But if I took the time to invest a little bit more time into doing more videos and stuff, then that would be something else as well. So just finding a way. With the coaching, I do anger management groups. I do conflict resolution groups. And these are things because I can't do them now because of COVID. I can't do them in person. I do them online. Um, I do ghostwriting for mental health articles, for newspapers, for websites. If they want topics on certain things, then I just do the ghostwriting for them. It's pretty good. So just finding a way to, like, you should never put all your eggs in one basket. So all these talents and stuff that you have, and people sitting around and they're utilizing your talents. Whatever you can do, they for darn sure gonna take advantage of it. And we're not trying to find a way to take advantage of our own talents. So I challenge anybody, if there's something that you're good at doing, if there's something that you like doing, and I guess I can say this now because as of next, anyway, I also have a transition house. So, and working on some more. So we're going to leave that there. But you have to find something that you like doing, not just good at doing, but something that you like doing, and just take advantage of it. Run with it. You know, set some goals, set some short-term goals, set some long-term goals, and make sure that you actually follow up with those goals. Don't just set some unrealistic stuff that you're not really going to be able to track. Like, give yourself some realistic goals, put a time frame on them so that you'll know, okay, I got this amount of time to get this completed, and you'll know whether or not you reached it. Because if it's not done by the time you said it was going to be done, then you didn't reach that goal. You need to go back, revamp, revise, do whatever so that you can make sure you stay on the right track. So now y'all just got a whole coaching session right there just on business. Yeah. The thing is, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So always have a plan. Always have a plan. One of the guys that I was working with, he just did not understand why I kept telling him that he needed to have a business plan. He kept telling me, I got it all right here. I said, I can't see that. I can't print that out. And that was it. I got it all right here. That was just it. I got it. I don't need to do. I got it all right here. And when I start asking you questions, if I'm asking you the questions that a lender or a bank is asking you when you're trying to get money for something, if you can't answer my questions, then what in the world are you going to do when you get in front of them? That's the question. So, yeah. Do you guys have any more questions for me? This is your time to get it in. This is your time to get it in. And then I'm going to get my gluteus on up off here because I know folks tired of seeing my face. Um, Lord, what's going on now? Okay. All right, I don't see any questions in here. So I'm going to assume that all your questions have been answered. Um, I'm good. I took notes. Yeah, I'm a note taking fool. I got notebooks everywhere. Hey, Muse Black, how you doing? Um, but those are some of the things I've had some missteps and had to go back and revamp some things, revise some things. Um, you always look at how you can make things better. So We do that. We do that. Um, they have a lot of free stuff out here. Take advantage of the free stuff while you can. And then when you get a chance to take it to another level, then take it to another level because, that free stuff only going to get you so far. Sunshine, how do your people get contacted with my people? Your people can go to www.positivelife. Lord have mercy. I don't even know my website. www.positiveprogressionslifecoach. That's where your people can go and find me. That's where I'm at. The business number is on there. So if you are interested in real coaching, then that's where you would go for that. Go find that. Go put that in there. Like I said, I wasn't advertising that on YouTube because I don't want any of these silly folks coming around here and messing with my business stuff because then I really have to act the fool. So I try to leave that stuff off. But if that's something that you want to do, if you're trying to connect, boom, there it is. If you call me on the line for this channel, I stop answering the phone on the weekends and I stop answering the phone after 9 o'clock unless I'm on the line. So if you try to call on the weekend, sometimes I answer on Saturday, definitely not answering on Sunday. That's my holy day. That's my day of rest. So if it's important, just go ahead and leave a message and I'll get back with you on that. Or just leave your comment in the section because I'll see the comment in the comment section before I see it on the phone. So that's another. I almost got my wife ready to subscribe to your page. I'm getting close. Curtis, get on in here. Tell her, come on in my room. Come on in my room. Yes, get her to subscribe and tell her why she's subscribing and go on over to One Pat Food's page and hit that subscribe button over there too. Y'all go ahead. Go ahead. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. She's telling the truth. Yeah. I was doing a live one night. I don't remember what the live was about, but somebody came on the live and they were like, they started calling me by my first name. And I guess they thought it was going to get me upset that they were calling me by my first name. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, who are you? And why do you, like, what's the need for you to, like, have this this need for attention today? They started calling me by my first name. And then they started talking about, they said they saw me at a conference in Ohio, in Dayton, Ohio, which I did do a conference. I had to speak I did a relationship conference in Dayton, Ohio. And that's information that they saw on my website. But the thing was, they came on my page to, like, show me, okay, I know who you are. I got information about you or whatever. And I'm like, I don't understand what your purpose is. If you Google me, you'll get information about me. But just people trying to do spiteful stuff, and, I see them in another place, and they're saying something, trying to be funny and all this stuff. At the end of the day, you can be funny all you want to. But what you're doing is when you put information out about my business, you're making people go over there to look and see what I got going on. So, yeah, Keisha, you saw it. You saw it. And I'm sitting up there like, what are you trying to prove? Okay. So, yeah, that's why I ain't gonna even say that, but yeah, gotta finish processing the mail. Everybody stay safe. Have a wonderful day. All right, One Pat Pooch, you have a good one, and represent for those that work for those people. Represent. Heat done came on in here. So yeah, I have I see Deboski just went live. Welcome to the Enterprise. So Deboski just went live on his channel, and I'm gonna tell you what we used to do back in the day. And I'm saying back in the day, y'all. It was just last year. The respect that we had for each other's channels. They lied. Who lied, Pico? Who lied? Who lied? Me? The respect that we have. If I see that you are going live on your channel, then I wait or I contact you like, look, how long you gonna be on your live? I do my live after you finish your live. Like that's what we did. Now we got like 30 people going live at the same time, and people having a channel hop from over here to over here to over here. The accusers live. Pico just came out the bushes with that one. I'm like, wait a minute, what? What happened? What happened? But that's another thing too. Whenever you're trying to build your stuff up, if you're going live when everybody else going live, then that cuts the people down that can come on your channel. So when it pops up, somebody that I'm subscribed to, if it pops up that they are going live, then I try to go ahead and wrap my mess up so that they can, we sharing the love over here. It's room at the table. So, but we are, Pico, did something new happen or something? You just came with that statement. I'm trying to get off here, but you just came with that statement, and I can't let you just skate past like you didn't say what you just said. So is that something new that we don't know about before I get up off here? I need to know the goings on. Right, Deboski's live. So I'm trying to get this thing from Pico, and I'm going to get on off here, and I'm going to go check him out for a few minutes, see what the going on is. I got this long ride, But I'm oh, shoot, waiting to see if I'm going to get a response up here. Look, I got to tap my face. That's for the people that like to call me grease face. I tap it for you. Okay, but I don't see Pico coming back. All right, so we're going to get on up off here. I appreciate you guys again for riding with me. I like taking, oh, wait a minute, the documentary, let me convince that the accusers like, oh, you watched it, Pico? You watched it? I think today it was supposed to come back out today. I haven't been home all day, so I don't know if it actually came back out. Again, yeah, listen, I'm not getting paid anything for promoting this documentary. So before somebody gonna put that lie out, it's a lie. No, I didn't know Knock was going. Oh, I gotta call Knock. That's a lie. But what I do want you guys to do, if you haven't watched it and you are actually interested in the case, then I just think it's a good thing to watch. You know what I'm saying? So you can compare notes, take notes. Nobody said you got to believe everything that's in there, but it's just a good. I watched it twice. Yeah, Pico, I done watched it a couple times too. And let me tell y'all something real quick, and I'm gonna get off. I promise y'all I'm gonna get off. I clear for God, I'm gonna get off. People say they watch the documentary and they're like, oh, he's telling the truth, or oh, do I know when he's going? Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know. Let me be honest with y'all, and I want to say this again. I really want to say this. For the people that have not watched it, and you think that it is something that is against him, please know that his Chicago attorneys are in the documentary. That's the thing. They are in the documentary. R. Kelly himself is speaking in the documentary. It's not somebody else's footage. It's R. Kelly talking to Shabazz in the documentary. That's what I'm trying to get. It's not that somebody ran and did something without some somebody's permission. His best friend from childhood is in the documentary. You understand what I'm saying? Again, whether you choose to believe the sisters or not, they are in the documentary. And he got permission for them to be in the documentary. They didn't just pop up. You understand? And that's what I want y'all to know. Don't let nobody fool you. And that's all I can say. Don't let anybody fool you. If you want to see what's going on, if you want to understand without going into too much detail, they once again give you a part of the story of what was going on with their dad. If you listen close enough, you can kind of figure out what happened. And I went back. I'm glad I said that. I went back and I had a lot of the videos hidden because people were coming after them so hard and they were getting the threats. I unlocked some of those videos. So for those of you that had some questions about certain things, if you go back, I'm talking about like way back, over a year ago, then you can find some of that information on there. Just because I was like, look, I'm getting tired of answering the same question over and over again when it comes to them. So I unlocked or made those videos public. Not all of them, but I made some of those videos public again so that y'all could see that information and get the stuff that you may have missed out on. So let me just say that. As far as accusers and all this stuff lying, I'm not saying I agree or disagree, but I can respect Pico's opinion because he went and watched it. And the thing is, if you don't watch it, you can't speak on something that you don't know about. That's all I'm saying. So, take the time. It's 4 parts. I think each part is like maybe 45 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. Anywhere between 40 to 45 minutes. So it's broken down just like the surviving thing. And a lot of people say just skip the 3 and 4. You don't need to skip the 3 and 4 because if you're skipping, then that means you're doing the same thing that other people are doing, and you're not trying to understand where he came from. It's important to understand people's backgrounds, especially when you're going to invest so much time and energy into them. So, like I said, I can't tell you to watch it. If you don't watch it, that's completely on you. I ain't mad at you, But it just gives you a bit more to talk about. And, you can hear stuff from the horse's mouth instead of hearing it from other people saying, oh, well, such and such said, da-da-da. Because I've heard some people saying some stuff that was said or done in a documentary, and it wasn't in that documentary anywhere. So my response is, oh, so you didn't watch the documentary. Well, I did. Okay, that's all you got to say. Just say you didn't watch it. That's it. That's enough. Just say that, and we can move on forward. Because you making up a whole story right now. Yeah, you didn't watch. There were people that said, why is he not even in it? And they said, none of the people on the thing know him. Well, that lets me know how much you know or don't know about him if you don't recognize his best friend in that documentary. If you don't recognize, if you're a person that, I don't know why that thing's sticking up on the side, a person that goes to court or has been to court even once, then you recognize somebody in that documentary because he is literally his right-hand man, his ace boon coon. I mean, that's what it is. And I'm pretty sure that if he didn't agree with some stuff that was in there, those attorneys didn't like some of the stuff that was in there, that mess would have been taken out expeditiously. Sincerely, Bruce, I just had opened my eyes. Breonna Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth, the one that they had charged for shooting the cop when they broke into their house. I ain't calling that a warrant. When they broke into their house, the charges were dropped against him today. That's what the initial video was about. The charges were dropped against him today. The chief of police was forced to resign, and the FBI is now. The FBI didn't wait for somebody to ask them. They got up and they said, "Look, we're about to investigate this. You ain't got to tell us nothing." So the FBI initiated an investigation into the death, not the police department. Just one look, they're investigating the death of Breonna Taylor by police officers. So that's everything. They looking at everything. So some stuff is about to happen. Some furniture gonna move around this piece. That's all I'm saying. So that's what I was saying sincerely. Look, may not come when you want them. That's about to shot up in here. May not come when you want. I ain't gonna get started again. I gotta get off here. I'm gonna go and check out the Boski for a little while. Go see what he got going on over there. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank y'all for riding with me. I don't like y'all for not asking me questions. I'm gonna tell you that now. We all beefing. I'm gonna tell y'all that. Don't come asking me no questions later, cause I'm mad like I don't see your comment. I'm playing. But yeah, y'all have a good one. Be safe out there, and I'll see you next time. Bye.